Health maintenance. Last thoughts. It's hard for me to wrap my head around this idea of health maintenance. In medical school and training, we're taught health maintenance, preventive care, right? Just about keeping people healthy, whatever that means. And if you look around the world today, rather in the clinics in the US, you see doctors talking to patients about many things. Your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your A1C, a measure of whether you have diabetes or prediabetes or not. We mention things like exercise. Do you exercise? Well, yeah, probably should. I know you're busy, but it's a good thing. But all that stuff is not health maintenance. It's just damage control, right? Have high blood pressure. Let's get you some medications. Diabetes, yeah, I know. American diet, not good. 50 pounds overweight, yeah, that happens when you get older. You want to start some meds? Try to avoid insulin, right? That's a good thing. Your cholesterol, yeah, probably should avoid certain foods. Exercise helps a good one. Yeah, that's potential. So yeah, statins are pretty good. Cardiologists always recommend them. You want to try a low dose one or a high dose one? I have lots of different ones. This has a more potency, but potentially higher risk of side effects. Start off with something in between. Sounds good. Well, see you next year. Oh, yeah, get your shots. I mean, I'm an adult. You're an adult. We're all adults. It's not the same as kids when they're growing older. And they just naturally get better and stronger with time, right? I mean, vigorous teenagers, right? Or I guess maybe people in their 20s who are invincible. So they think, and they're practically invincible, right? My brother got into a bike accident when he was mountain biking. As somebody said, it was like the cartoon, Wile E. Coyote. Came down the hill, didn't realize there's a ditch, flies into the air, comes down, tires flatten immediately, and he just flies off. And his head goes, whoa, digging into the ground just like Wile E. Coyote. Face is all scratched up. Guess what? A few weeks later, it's like, what scars? He was fine, right? I mean, you're 20, you're invincible. You think so, and you better believe it. Compared to a 50-year-old, you're pretty much invincible. I mean, even at the age of 40, did you know that? Even if you're 40, because we had this one guy who got in a skateboarding accident, you're like, what is a 40-year-old doing skateboarding without a helmet? And in some construction site, right? He hit his head. So he was bleeding in there. My attending's like, that's strange. And we're like, you're infectious disease attending. How do you know anything about brain bleeds? That's like neurosurgery. Are you really that smart? So we asked their neurosurgery resident, it's like, my attending said it's just strange to have a subdural at this age. But 40 is sort of old to me. Obviously, we were like, younger back then. Because now I'm 40, 40 is not old. And he's like, yeah, I mean, in my experience, I've never seen this. And these are neurosurgery residents who have experience, they're like 8, 9 years in training, right? As the joke goes, why do you never see the neurosurgery attending? Because they're retired by the time they finish training. Anyways, so, things don't happen when you're young. Naturally resilient. Babies bounce. They hit their head all the time, it seems, right? And somehow they're fine. If a dog, you hit your head all the time, like a boxer, you're not going to be so fine. But babies, they all do that and they grow up fine. But the thing is, when you are young, you're naturally improving. And when you get past a certain age, you're naturally declining, right? And so I think the idea of maintenance, I think of it as not maintaining, right? But improving, right? Because normally if you go this way, and actually you're going this way, you're improving yourself, right? So, when you clean your house, I mean, some people would call that maintenance, right? But I think that my wife would say, I'm just making the house look nicer. The floor is dirty. You should make it look nicer. Am I maintaining the house? I would say, no, I'm actually improving the house. It's dirty. I'm going to mop or whatever fancy machines we have nowadays and make it cleaner. That is improving. I think maybe that's the problem with health maintenance. It's just bad marketing. I mean, even McDonald's nowadays says, what can I get started for you? You think really they're gonna bring a fresh patty out, bring some fresh buns? Oh, do you mind getting some cheese? No, not that already open one. Of course not. Your Big Mac's already been sitting there made for an hour. I could tell you, I worked at Burger King before. There are technically expiration times for these things. In practice, the customers never know the difference. You're not going to get sick because this stuff is junk anyways. I mean, getting sick isn't feeling bad because you're already going to feel bad. You just got used to it from eating McDonald's every day, right? But the whole point is, what can I get started from you? They're not getting anything started for you. It's already made, right? So, marketing, health maintenance. We're not talking about maintenance. We're talking about improving our health, working on improving our health, right? We want to strive for something more. We don't want to just strive to be the same, right? Motivation is not, okay, I'm going to sit here and think how I'm going to motivate myself to be the same. No, who does that, right? You want to improve yourself. That's what motivates us, new exciting things, right? It's not like I'm excited to go to the same restaurant, get the same old thing that I dislike. I'm excited to go to a new restaurant to try new things. I'm excited to figure out what other ways I can improve my body. And that's why we're going to talk to my cousin, a physical therapy professor, on how to improve my gait so I have less pain in my calf, so I don't walk weird and injure my tendons. Health improvement, the new thing in primary care, coming to a clinic near you soon.